we lost one of my heroes this week, and I don't say that loosely. I thought about writing a post. I thought about writing an open letter, all these different things, but I just couldn't because he meant so much more than that to me. Um, and that is the late great Shock G, um,
Sure.
the founder and creator of Digital Underground. Um, and so the Shock G thing goes back um, to my inception, really. Uh, all around the world was I don't know what it was about that song for me and my mom, but that was sort of our thing. And as you know, as you get older, you can read the like I literally learned how to reading liner notes of albums. I never really tell that story. I wasn't the best student. I struggled mightily, and my dad's sisters are both two of the smartest people I know for sure. And my auntie JJ just she took it upon herself to just spend a little extra time. And so Saturdays was our thing. We wash her car, we get in the whip, and she had every CD known to man, and she would just like, yo, I could go through the liner notes and I could read it from cover to cover. And you start reading the Digital Underground liner notes, and this nigga Shock's name is on every part of the album, written, produced, recorded. You're like, God damn, like what is going on? But um, it was early for me when you start to realize what just being a utility guy. Um, just plug me in, coach, and I can be whatever the fuck you need me to be. I can be the front man. Oh, Tupac's a star now. I can fall back and I can produce his hits. I can be eclectic enough to have Prince's camp call and go, yo, I want whoever's making that shit, I want him. You know, um, and I always thought that was tight, like because Shock wasn't bound by fucking genre, wasn't bound by sound. Whatever he felt like doing that day is what he was gonna do. And um, I want that. El Poe and I had a really dope conversation in the thread just about black men being able to express themselves in healthy ways where they can explore everything that inspires them. And Shock was that for me. If he felt like dressing up, if he wanted to be funny, if he wanted to play the piano, if he wanted to play the bass, if he wanted whatever he wanted to do, he was going to do it. And I want not only do I want that more for black people as a whole, I want that specifically for black men, but with that, I want safer spaces for black men to step into that shit. Um, and by all means, digital brought that to the Bay. Um, digital Hyro, they represented the other they represented the other side where if you had shit, you had RBL posse in the city, you had everything that was happening in town between like what Short was doing, and then Spice One and that whole crew was developing Richie Rich and 41510, like all these different facets in the spectrum of blackness that was being represented at the forefront. The niggas who kicked the door down was Digital Underground, mainly Shock G. And so I I'm so glad that people are recognizing that and speaking about it in that light. Um, but in the same breath, I can't tell y'all how fucking how fucking disappointed I was to not be able to get that story. I spoke about it like quick a few weeks ago in my meeting with the great Tone Capone, and I have not had I have a mission to do a full doc on mob music, and it being specific to the Bay and the people that founded the shit that made it. And when I made my list of creators, guess who was at the top of that list? Right? It's fucking Shock G. Like, and we don't think about it in that sense, but when you think about the bass lines and the dirty drums and and the funk at the core of it was just pure funk. And um, how that how that sound how that sound just encapsulated the world and really shook shit up and found its way around the world was really on the backs of digital. So I just want to say thank you. I hate that I didn't get to say it as a fan, as someone who was impacted from the time that they could remember. So it's just another hard one, and hope we say this every fucking time, but my hopes are that we can somehow take this energy and really fuck with people while they're here. But this whole posthumous love is creepy to me. I'll never understand it. And so it makes it hard to sit on our pod and start a show like this, because you're just like, bro, this the streams for digital will go through the roof. It'll be love. The same way I felt about Nip, X, Triple X, Mac Miller. It's like their streams go up 1,000% when they die, because it's such a wave of motherfuckers who genuinely love them are able to sort of shift the world for a couple days, a few weeks, if you will. And the people who wasn't tapped in go tap in, and you go, God damn, your streams can go up. If you're Mac Miller and your streams go up 1,000%, bro, what does that mean? What do those numbers look like for real? If you're who's Lil Bruh that died in Atlanta, if you're King Von and your streams go up 1,000% because people just want to know, you're like, bro, what the fuck does that mean? When I just want to go see for myself. It's like, damn, like how can we offset that to have that be represented when those people are here? Because chances are some of the ones who died at the hands of violence maybe make some different decisions, and the ones who suffer from mental illness and addiction maybe you're swayed another way if the affinity for their creation is known while they're here. It may be a twisted thought, it may be a naive thought, but it's an honest one that I have, especially when you think about the people who I just named. Maybe just maybe the demons aren't as powerful. I think about somebody in X's case, and now the reports of what may have actually been the cause of his death, bro. That, like, I was sad before. When I saw that, I was really fucked up, because then it means he really didn't have to go, So
His was similar to Mac, right?
yeah. At least that's from the reports that they're putting out now. And that one just hurt. That one just hurts. That one just hurts because the narrative will be addiction and all that shit. And that, I'm sorry. I don't get me wrong. I'm not about to sit up here and cap for fucking for drug cape for drugs. But we, again, the stigma, the stigma. What's the word, fellas? Help me out.
Stigmatization? No. Stigment.
No, I think stigmatization is fine.
Okay. Around drugs, it's like pure coke just don't kill you.
Yeah.
Pure crack ain't just out here killing people.
Yeah.
So the lack of awareness,
it's about by the time it gets to the hands of the people.
You see what I'm saying?
They've had to cut it. They've had to step on it. They've had to mix other things in order to make it last longer.
In the name of stretching the dollar and getting the most.
This ain't the '80s. Motherfuckers ain't getting a pure brick back out of here.
And so that's the part where it's like they didn't have to go. It was someone's greed took them, and I'm sorry.
That was always a thing when it came to like drugs or whatever. It's just like you never really know what batch you're getting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. So you'll have different feelings for different, like you wouldn't have the same feeling every single time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you're also trying to chase something. So it's just a weird space to be in. But if you're really hurting, you'll still do it. So that's the unfortunate part. Is just that, there's a lot of demons out there, and folks just be battling with them, and that's one of the coping mechanisms, and that's just unfortunate, what I'm saying, because you really have no clue which batch you're getting.
Man. Lex, did either of you guys have anything? I didn't want to hijack the show, but I as it ain't too many, just in terms of influencers creatively. This one hit different, so I didn't want to hijack the whole show, but we can get off of it ASAP if y'all didn't have anything.
The only thing I wanted to really say about it was I was talking with somebody and they said they didn't know how much Shock G really did.
Hmm.
And they only looked at Shock G as Shock G and Humpty Hump.
Mm.
And now that he has passed away, then they found out like how great of a producer he was.
Hmm.
And it's, to me, it just really shows how talented he was, because at any point in his career he could have easily just been like saying constantly like, I produced this person, I produced that person, I put that person out, but instead he just stayed doing his own shit.
Hmm.
Like you said, for him to get calls from Prince, like that's some producer's dream. And then he's just out here and he's just doing it.
Yeah.
And one thing Kevin Allen said on Twitter was like, this man split a 16 bar verse with himself and did
No,
half
no,
of
no, 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 no. I'm sorry. It wasn't a 16. It was an 8.
yeah, it was an 8. So
That's pure sick. That's pure sicko.
yeah, and for him to just do that, and then when you listen to the same song, he was doing it on same song where he would do half his Shock G and half his Humpty Hump. To the point, a lot of people, I remember being a kid and thinking that they were two different people for years. So it's like that just goes to show you like how, and I feel like stuff like that help people like even Mac Dre thinking of different personalities and different ways to come at a song. So this man.
Yeah, man. No, it's the salute to the family. The Bay. This is another one of those for the Bay where the Bay gets to go. Yeah, we kind of been here for this whole run, and we get it. The New York bias, the LA bias, the Atlanta run. Like even Houston kind of gets its acclaim in Chicago. It's like, all right, bro, we got to start reshaping these conversations in and around the importance of waves. Andre 3000 was like, yo, I rap the way I do because of the hieroglyphics. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta we gotta really start putting a little bit more respect on what the Bay has contributed culturally. MC Hammer being the first fucking rap superstar. I don't care what nobody said. It wasn't a superstar before that. The nigga had a cartoon, for crying out loud. We got the lunch pail, you name it, right? So rest empowered, Shock G. Thank you, brother.